Hey guys, welcome back to J&J MMA. Real quick, we're going to cover the main card of UFC Fight Night, Evloev versus Murphy. It was an interesting card overall. We had a Michael Johnson snooze fest. We will get to that. I'm going to give a couple shout outs to the prelims, and then if you want to jump to the main card, I'll put timestamps in the description below. First shout out of the night goes to Chanel Dyer. She knocked out Ravina Oliveira. Now, this fight was very interesting. In the first round, I gave to Ravina. But towards the end, Chanel started getting her footing. Round two, man, Ravina was just being way too fucking aggressive, and Chanel capitalized, dude. She hit her with, I believe, a left hook and then a fucking head kick. And she was basically out on her feet. She tried to grab a little bit, try to grapple, try to stop the finish, but Chanel ended up getting her on the fucking ground. Fucking ref called it off, and she was basically out, dude. It was pretty nice little KO. So shout out to Dyer, and hopefully she goes well from here in the UFC. Next shout out of the night goes to Brando Perriich. I think that's how you say his last name. He knocked the fuck out of Louis Sutherland, dude. He was throwing nasty fucking knees up the middle, and then just was basically pounding on the side of the back of this dude's head for a good minute and a half before the ref called it. Because, I mean, Louis did a little roll. He tried to roll out of it, but, dude, he just kept getting fucking got. And eventually Mark Goddard called it off, thankfully. It was just a nasty showing, dude. Just straight head trauma for a good minute and a half. So shout out to Brando for getting the win. And we're going to move on to the main card. First fight on the main card, guys, was Danny Silva versus Kurtis Campbell. Now, this is Kurtis Campbell's debut in the UFC. He was undefeated. He came in through the Contender Series. Called himself the Pink Panthers. Very eccentric. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. He came in not understanding. No, I don't even think it's him. It's just like, I guess the UFC didn't understand that Danny Silva is not a fucking joke. And fucking, I'll give Kurtis Campbell, seriously, that's what happened. Kurtis Campbell kind of had like the first 2.5 minutes of the fight because he eventually got Silva to the ground. He was trying to go for submissions and things. Eventually, Silva got up on his feet. They separated and they were throwing hits. And Kurtis was landing good shots, but I feel like Silva was kind of getting the better of him on the feet. But you could definitely argue that Campbell took round one just from the ground game on top of it. But then we get to round two. Round two, Danny Silva, bro, just basically picked up where he ended the first round and just started piecing up on Kurtis. And he's sitting there throwing body shots, throwing head shots. And I think the combination that ended it, he throws a body with the left and then just fucking hits him in the head with the right. Fucking drops Campbell. He fucking starts swarming him. Campbell's up trying to defend. But then he fucking, they separate again. He knocks him down again. And then, you know, Campbell was defending, but like the second time he got knocked, the ref basically called it. And you can't even blame the referee. So, I mean, I don't think it's an early stoppage or anything. Because, I mean, what the fuck was Kurtis Campbell going to do at that point? But it definitely showed that there was levels to this. And I'm sure a lot of people's parlays were fucking destroyed. But, man, shout out to fucking Danny Silva for pulling out the W on that. And we'll see what ends up happening from here. Next fight on the card, guys, was Roman Dolidze versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Now, round one, man, you're sitting there because, like, fucking Roman got a takedown, and you're like, oh, shit, Roman might just have this fight. And then, no. From that point forward, Christian Leroy Duncan, like, just kept denying this man's takedowns. Like, fucking Roman would go, he kept trying to pick his leg, and fucking Leroy would just hit that motherfucker. And Roman just kept fucking up. I mean, ultimately, he landed some takedowns. Like in round two, I believe he landed one for like a minute. And then round three, he got one at the very end of the fight for like, I think maybe the last minute or maybe even 2 minutes of the fight. But like the majority of the fight was just Leroy, dude, just eating up Roman's legs. He kept fucking landing amazing combinations. One time, Roman did a spin fucking thing. He did a fucking spinning back fist when he was trying to escape a fucking fucked up takedown attempt he did, and he actually landed. And then another time, dude, he tried to do that shit again. Dude, Leroy just swung right around him, hit him right on the fucking chin, and picked them up and just tossed him on the ground, bro. It was good. It was a good fight overall, and fucking Leroy showed out, man. He fucking did some of his fucking MVP little posing and shit. He did get warned about extending the fingers and eye pokes and shit, but dude, he was landing such nasty shots on fucking Roman when they counted. You know, there were pauses in the fight. It's not like it was total nonstop action. It just, but it was a good fight overall, especially for a 3-rounder. Good fight. Shout out to Christian Leroy Duncan. He's now going to be number 11 in the middleweight rankings, I believe. And I feel like this is the fall off of Roman Dolidze. We're going to move on to the next fight, guys. I wouldn't even call it a fight. It was just a fucking slaughter. It was Iwa Baraniewski. I fuck up his last name, but Iwa. Dude, you got to lay up against Austen fucking Lang. Because here's the deal. Austen Lang was a trash heavyweight. He has a lot of losses in the UFC, and he has, like, no fucking chin. And so they get into the fight. They're going. I think it's like 20 fucking seconds in, some shit. He fucking hits him on the side of the fucking head. I think like right behind the ear or right above the ear. Perfect shot. Then with a follow-up, just right on the fucking jaw, dude. Austen was just gone. It was donezo. It was over. I think they need to cut this man from the UFC. That wasn't even a fight. And he had like what, like a fucking, I think it was like a 6-inch fucking like height advantage and shit. I know like size doesn't make a fuck, but it's like, damn, brother, like you couldn't keep him back from you. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Shout out to Iwa. He's now I think 8-0. And we have a star now, not a star, but a star in the making, hopefully, for light heavyweight. We need some new fucking blood in that division because they don't really have shit going on. But shout out to Austen Lang for getting knocked the fuck out. And shout out to Iwa Baraniewski. I'm fucking it up. I'm so sorry. For winning his fight. We're going to go to the next fight, guys. It was Sam Patterson versus Michael Venom Page. Now, Michael Venom Page started off this fight with like the ultimate cock tease. He fucking kind of sprints in a little bit. We're like, oh shit, we're going to see some action. He does his little sideways stance. We're like, all right, where are we going? Where are we going? And then they keep about like a good 4 or 5 feet away from each other pretty much the whole fucking fight. Like I can give MVP, and I know that it's his whole thing. He's real defensive. He looks amazing against Cans and Bellator, like as people have stated. Because genuinely anytime he fights anyone of a fucking value, it's just a boring fucking fight or he loses. And that's fine, like I'm not sitting here being like, you gotta entertain all the time, but don't be sitting there fucking making faces at the camera and shit, and then we get 15 minutes of this. Like, genuinely, you and a friend that has no fight experience could recreate this fight and not worry about hurting yourselves. You know what I mean? Like, the most Sam Patterson could do in this was just hold MVP up against the cage. He landed some shots, but, Page was landing some shots, but shit, man. I don't even know what the significant strike numbers were. We're looking this up real quick. This is live in the video. Because God damn, dude, this was 15 minutes of my life taken away. See, they ain't even wanting to load, dude. That's how little it was. Anyway, shout out to MVP, I guess, for winning. I feels like he fights once a goddamn year or twice a year, and then it's just 15-minute fucking snooze fest. I don't see him ever getting in the top 10 ever. He definitely won't become a champion in the UFC. But, and the only thing you can really tout your fucking hat on is, oh, well, he's an entertaining fighter. But his UFC run has not been entertaining. He had a boring fight with Kevin Holland. And, granted, I was on Kev too, but like, shit, man. I don't know. So I guess shout out to him for winning. And I don't know. If any of y'all thought this was a good fight, please let me know. Because I need to understand, like, a different perspective, I guess. You know what I mean? But we're going to move on to the next one. The co-main event, guys. It was Luke Riley versus Michael Aswell Jr. Now, this fight was a fun little 3-rounder. Round 1, Michael started off pretty strong. I would say we give him round 1. But round 2 and 3 to me were clearly Luke Riley's. Fucking round 2, man, he started outlanding. He started fucking piecing up Aswell Jr. And Aswell, he would kind of go in frantically when he would go, and he would just throw shots stupidly, it looked like. It didn't seem like he was being calculated. He was just throwing and praying. And then fucking Riley, too, just kept keeping him on the back foot. Like, fucking, he kept backing away. And as the fight got deeper, once we got to about the end of round 2, and then round 3 and onward, you could tell, man, fucking Aswell was just tired. He was doing what he could. He kept trying to shoot takedowns or he'd get fucking Luke up against the side. But realistically, it was just all defensive. He didn't get anything off of it. He wouldn't land strikes off the takedowns or off the clinches. He wasn't going for submissions or anything. He was just mostly trying to survive. And Luke Riley also landed way more strikes in round 3 as well, just kind of beating on his ass. So I feel like clearly Luke Riley won the decision. It was a fun fight, man. Both these dudes gave it their all. You could definitely tell, especially towards the end of round 2, Michael started gassing. He's never been finished. So, he has a hell of a chin on him because he was taking some good fucking shots. He also gave Luke some good shots as well. I'm not going to sit here and act like it was one-sided, but it was definitely Luke's fight for sure. He definitely led the charge. But yeah, it was a fun co-main event. Definitely had more fun watching it than the main event itself, but we'll get to that here shortly. So shout out to Luke Riley, man. He's a well, not a new prospect, but he's a prospect on the come up. We'll see if he ends up eventually hitting the rankings. So we will move on to the main event. Something I really wanted to talk about. So, Movsar Evloev somehow got a fucking W against Lerone Murphy. Now, on paper, this sounds correct. You're like, yeah, that should have happened. Well, what's the confusion? The problem is, bro, Lerone Murphy fucking won rounds 1, 2, and 3. I don't understand how that's not clear as fucking day, right? Like, at least to me it was. And then he also fucking nutshotted homie in round 3 and 4. And Movsar really didn't start getting control of the fight until round 4 and 5. Because he started keeping him on the ground with takedowns and shit. But the first 3 rounds, man, I think round 3 he started getting some takedowns, but they were real quick. Like, he didn't do a lot with them like he was doing in later rounds. But he got a point deducted. He got a point taken away for kicking Lerone in the dick twice, which is rightfully so. I'm glad we're getting stricter here with fouls. But how the fuck are you going to tell me that him minus a point, like, maybe a draw? There's no fucking way this was a majority decision. Because how the fuck, again, do you give fucking Movsar round 3? Because he got a fucking takedown? Like, I don't know, man. I thought Lerone was piecing this man up on the feet. I don't even fucking like Movsar Evloev. Like, this motherfucker hasn't fought since 2024 and is somehow still #1 in the rankings. How the fuck does that make sense? Like, Lerone Murphy should have already gotten a fucking title shot. Like, it should have been him against Volk and not fucking Diego Lopez again. But I digress. Lerone, I feel, got fucked. Like, this should have been a draw. Like, if not Lerone fucking winning, if you want to say that, because that's the thing, is like, that means they gave this motherfucker 4 rounds. If I'm doing my math correctly. Like, what? It's not mathing. It's not making fucking sense to me. And they weren't even like in fucking Dubai or Dagestan. I have to say Dagestan. They weren't even like in fucking Dubai, bro, or the motherfuckers, or Abu Dhabi, where the motherfuckers be getting hella advantages. Lerone got fucked, I feel, because I genuinely feel like the first 3 rounds was clear as day. It was Lerone Murphy. But then he lost the last 2 rounds. I can admit that. But like, damn, man. Now he's not undefeated anymore either, dude. That's crazy. But I guess the next fight's gonna be Volk versus this motherfucker. Fucking Evloev. You know what I mean? It's stressful, bro, because I'm not gonna say I wasted 25 minutes like I did with the fight earlier in the card, with the MVP fight. But damn, man, like, I didn't have fun with this just because of the foul. And then the fucking decision, man. The decision really fucked it up for me. But I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that agree or like think the decision was correct, which, I mean, good on you if you did. But just damn, man. I just thought it was a fucked up fight. At least fucked up decision anyway. But I'm going to wrap up this card, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. Let me know if you think I'm incorrect about these things, because usually people feel I am. Especially in my YouTube shorts. But I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all have a great rest of your day.